Jesus, you can stick me with all the depot shots that you want to, but he is not going to die. And you can stick that little ultrasound.
I can't hear you.
Oh my gosh, that was so disrespectful.
Did you tell people that Eminem is your father?
Yes, I did, actually. Yeah, I did.
Is he your father?
I'm not sure. My mom has pictures of a guy that looks just like Eminem. Like, I'm not even kidding. Looks just like him, and I'm sitting on his lap and everything.
No.
And that wasn't Eminem, it was a family member.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there he is, yeah. Just like that,
No.
except without the hat, and he always wears a
No.
white t-shirt.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So you have told people Eminem's your father?
Yeah. There's this picture of me when I was little. It's on my Facebook.
I've seen the picture.
Yeah.
Do you really believe you're...
Oh, I do. Yes, I do.
You believe he's your father?
Yeah.
She knows who her dad is.
But don't you think that would be something that would be
Kind of crazy.
kind of noteworthy if
I mean, kids. Everybody has kids all the
Eminem
time.
was your
and
father? I mean, don't you think...
I don't think it's that crazy, honestly.
How would your mother have met
Are you kidding?
Eminem?
Well, let's see. I've met quite a few famous people in my life. I've dated. Do you know Harding University?
Oh my God, here goes.
I dated their quarterback.
Do you think that if Eminem was your father, that you would have had some contact with him, or...
I did try to contact him, actually, through my Instagram. I tried to contact him, you know, looking up his number, like a private number, to call him or a secretary or something like that. And I never got a call back or an answer back or anything like that. And I was trying to get a DNA test from him.
Are you maybe saying this because he does have a daughter named Haley?
Yeah. Yeah. He has Haley's song. Like, I checked that out, too. And, I mean, it's my baby picture. Like, that's me. You know, like, you can compare the photos of me. That's me when I was little. And it looks just like Eminem. And I found it on his page, on Eminem's page.
Well, but that's not you. That's his daughter, Haley.
Exactly.
That's a different human being. That's not you. Are you suggesting he has two daughters named Haley?
Who knows how many daughters he has?
Named Haley.
Well, not named Haley, probably. I don't know. I just... Oh, my gosh. Look, looks like me. I have pictures of this dude in my mom's little notebook collection that she keeps in the closet that she never lets me look at.
His name's Mikey, and it's
Well,
a family member.
this is his daughter, Haley.
Yes, it is. Oh my gosh. It looks just like my friend, what's her name?
I don't know, but it doesn't look like you.
I know, does it? It's weird because I had the same haircut in middle school.
Yeah.
But I didn't look anything like that.
So that's his daughter, and I'm not showing the picture because I don't want to violate her privacy, but that's not you. That's his daughter, Haley.
Well, he may have another daughter that he doesn't know about.
You?
Probably, yes.
Oh.
I have that baby picture, yes.
Oh.
And I have tons of pictures in my mom's closet that I
So
found.
your theory is he has two daughters named Haley. Like, here's my daughter Haley, here's my other daughter Haley?
Yeah.
Okay, now, I talked about your intellect, that you're able to intellectually step back and look at this. Does that make common sense to you?
Sometimes babies get switched at birth in the hospital.
But that's not even what you're saying. You're not saying that babies got switched at birth at the
That
hospital.
is what I'm saying, because...
No, you're saying that he has two daughters named Haley, this is one and you're the other. That your mother had an intimate relationship with this rapper from Detroit, and that you're the product of that.
Yeah. Yes, that's not crazy either. Because sometimes kids do get switched at birth in the hospital.
Not when he's
And I
from
have
Detroit
pictures.
and you
I
were
have
born
pictures.
in Memphis.
I have pictures.
You're not saying that they got switched, you're saying that there are two of you.
All I'm saying is that I have pictures with this dude. And it's me, because I have pictures in the same dress. I have by myself. I have pictures with the same hair color and everything. And it just happens to be that guy in the picture holding me.
Well, actually, it's not this guy. In fact, it actually doesn't look like this guy at all.
No.
Can you pull up the picture?
It's not that. We already saw the picture. It's not him.
Tell me why you would believe that he's your father.
Because the guy that I was staying with in Tennessee, we just never had anything in common, you know? Like, I never saw him as a father figure. I just kind of saw him as, like, this dude who got to take care of me when my mom dropped me off. And I finally sat down with him one day, and I was like, hey, Dad, like, I grew up calling him Dad. I was like, am I really your daughter? And he started acting completely weird. He was like, yeah, I'm your daughter. Yeah, you're my daughter, you know. Why would you say stuff like that, Haley? And I was like, all right, I'm getting a DNA test. I want a DNA test, and he denied me for getting a DNA test. And then my mom started acting weird. Oh, that is your dad. I saw the DNA test, girl. It's 96.89.
She has the DNA test. Mom has the
daughter.
DNA test.
They showed you
and
the
stuff
DNA
like that.
test.
And I was
They had one
like,
whenever she was
okay, well
first
then
born.
show me the paper.
I have.
And
She
then-
has.
No, you haven't.
Just
I've
the
seen the
other day,
paper.
not too long ago.
I
You
don't
were
care
right
what you
there.
I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, but
I
how
had
did you
it
go
too.
from
We were
that to
talking to
Eminem? There's a lot of choices.
I know. Well, I saw that photo, and then I remember seeing my baby pictures. And so I put two and two together, and I just tried to contact the dude and being like, hey bro, you know, can you give me a DNA test? Come on now.
All right, coming up, Haley says she's here to prove to everyone that her baby is real. She asked for an ultrasound. We gave her one. We're going to reveal the results after the break.
We're getting some more insight into Haley's delusional rabbit holes. So now she thinks Eminem is her father. And that seems to have been triggered by her not having the best relationship with her actual father. So that now makes me curious about other things that might be triggering these delusions. I guess if she really is paranoid schizophrenic, she has this mental illness, and she does not feel loved and accepted by her father, and he doesn't seem very present, or maybe he's neglectful or something. She doesn't have a connection to him. In her delusional mind, she would rather live in this fantasy that Eminem is her long lost dad, and I guess that feels emotionally safer than acknowledging that maybe she's just not connected to her dad. It's sad.
I didn't even get an ultrasound, and an ultrasound won't hurt the baby.
Haley, if you're that far along, you will show up pregnant on a urine test.
Not everyone. And like an ultrasound, something. They gave me a little pee cup test. That is all they did. It's really aggravating me. There's no more discussion of whether I'm pregnant or not. His name's going to be Jesus. I am pregnant, and I'm not going to deny my child. And that's going to be the end of this conversation until I get my ultrasound on stage in front of the world.
During our interviews with Haley, she told us she needed an ultrasound to prove her pregnancy. So we had a technician conduct the examination on the set of my son Jay's show, The Doctors. So let's look at Haley taking the ultrasound she believes will finally prove that Jesus is on his way.
Lay down right here.
First, I am going to have you lift up your shirt just a little bit.
This is my first ultrasound.
I'm just going to tuck this in. There's going to be a little bit of cold gel on you, okay?
Can you see him?
Well, the doctor will give you any results.
Well, joining us now is Dr. Travis Stork. He's ER physician and host of the Emmy Award-winning show, The Doctors. So please welcome Dr. Stork. I guess there's a certain irony here that your name is Dr. Stork, and we're talking about a baby here. You asked for an ultrasound, and how did that go? Was the technician nice to you? And
It was really nice. Like that was my first ultrasound, and it was kind of weird. Like she was pressing really hard and stuff, and I could feel him kick and stuff, but it was kind of weird.
Right.
The gel was really cold.
And Dr. Stork, this was done on the set of The Doctors because you have created examination rooms over there and have an amazing array of equipment on the set over there, correct?
We do, and The Doctors, for anyone who's seen it, knows that, yes, we're a show, but yeah, we have exam rooms, we have ultrasound machines. So this morning was when the ultrasound was performed on Haley, and we do have some footage of it.
Okay. Well, can you walk us through it? We're going to show it right here. You can either approach it or from area one, whichever you'd like to do.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I feel the most notable thing on this ultrasound isn't what we see, it's what we don't see. And this is a pelvic ultrasound, and the ultrasound machine is basically showing your abdomen, the area exactly where you would expect to see the pregnancy. And there is no baby. And the most notable thing, again, if you compare this, and this is scanning all across your abdomen and your pelvis, looking everywhere. And if you look there, look with me, it is scanning every possible area where your baby would be, and there's no baby. And if you show this, Dr. Phil, a still image of Haley's next to what an ultrasound would look like this far along, at 8.5 months, the baby is almost fully developed. That is what an ultrasound would look like on the right-hand side up there. Again, you can see the head of the baby, you can see the body of the baby, but in your ultrasound, there's no baby.
Well, Dr. Storch, she says that she is 9 days away from delivery, which is virtually full term.
You very clearly see the head here, you see the body, but over here, the one thing that the ultrasonographer said is that Haley did have dilated loops of bowel, and as she was pushing with the probe, those loops of bowel were moving around, and she was distended. And we talked a little bit about that, but as far as the actual ultrasound image, there's absolutely no indication of a pregnancy. And ultrasound doesn't always show a pregnancy until maybe 5 or 6 weeks along, but there's absolutely no way Haley's giving birth in 9 days.
That's the picture of your abdomen looking into the uterus. This is a picture of what you would see with a woman that is 9 days away from delivery.
How do I say this? I am pregnant. I'm not going to deny my baby.
What I'm asking you is,
That ultrasound looks like
let's harken back to something we talked about
I
early
feel him
on.
kick all the time, Dr. Phil.
It's called bowel movements.
It's not called bowel movement.
Okay, talk about that, Travis. What's she experiencing there?
The one thing that the ultrasonographer noticed when she was putting the probe on your belly, you have dilated loops of bowel. What that means is there's some air in your intestines, and when she was moving the probe, those little loops move around. And that when you felt down there and you felt something moving, that was just your bowel moving.
Told you.
And she noted that on the exam, that that's some of what you were recognizing and feeling, and she acknowledged that that's something you could have been
Sorry,
feeling.
Dr. Stork, but you can't lie to Jesus. You can
I'm sorry?
stick me with all the depot shots that you want to, but he is not going to die. And you can stick that little ultrasound.
I can't hear
Oh
you.
my gosh, that was so
I
disrespectful.
couldn't hear what you said.
I have no skin in this game, and I am not here to judge you in any way or what you're going through. I'm solely here to tell you the results of the ultrasound. And Haley, that is your ultrasound, and there's nothing I can say to you other than you are not pregnant.
Like I said,
I'm so sorry, Dr.
So
Stork.
sorry.
I apologize
It's
for
okay.
her.
It is okay. It is okay.
And thank you for taking care of her.
Let me go back to something that you and I talked about earlier. I complimented you earlier that one of the things that I was really pleased about is that you had the intellectual ability to understand what you said your diagnosis was, which was paranoid schizophrenia, correct? You said you understood that one of the characteristics of that diagnosis was that you sometimes might have difficulty separating fantasy from reality. That sometimes those things blur and it's hard to know what's real and what's not real. And you said, yes, I recognize that's one of the characteristics of psychosis, one of the characteristics of schizophrenia. And I don't know that you have this condition of paranoid schizophrenia. But if you do, then you have acknowledged an understanding that there could be those situations where you had a difficult time separating what was real versus what was imagined or what was fantasy. And if that's true, then you have to acknowledge that one of the things that could be a fantasy with you is that you're pregnant. There actually is a condition called pseudocyesis, which is a false pregnancy where you have all of the symptoms of pregnancy and your body actually gives you all the signals. Correct, Travis?
Absolutely true, and that's one of the things that was noted on your exam, that you do have a distended abdomen. And again, the movements of your bowel could resemble the movements in some ways, if you're touching there, of what you thought or perceived to be a baby. The only way to prove one way or the other is through formal tests, and that's why we gave you the ultrasound today.
I know I'm pregnant. I'm not crazy.
Today is 9 days away from when you say that you're going to deliver. And when 9 days comes and goes and there's no delivery, then what do you say then?
There will be a delivery.
Well, but if there's not, and if you're being reasonable and rational, then you have to be willing to accept that hypothetical. And if you aren't willing to accept the hypothetical, then you're just being unreasonable. So I've been very reasonable with you and going down every path and considering everything. So you have to go down the path with me. If the 9 days comes and goes and there's no delivery, just do hypothetically with me, then what do you say?
I'm still not going to deny my baby.
But if the baby never shows up, what do you say?
He is going to show up.
Okay, but I'm asking you.
I'm not being hypothetical. I'm not being maybe, like I said, that ultrasound is.
I'm not asking about the ultrasound.
I'm pregnant.
saying-
I am not going to deny my baby. My baby is Jesus. But yeah, I will be giving birth.
Okay.
Bless, man.
Hypothetically, if you don't have a child, what will be your theory or explanation at that point?
Dr. Phil, I'm not going to deny my baby. I'm not being hypothetical about. I am going to give birth, and I'm not going to be what if. So can we just drop the conversation?
Well, you're being very unreasonable with me when I've been very reasonable with you.
I'm not going to deny my baby.
I'm not asking you to deny your baby. That's very melodramatic. I'm asking you to
I'm
just
not
have
preparing for what if. I know, so I'm not going to say what if.
You don't have to prepare for what if. I'm just asking you to have a hypothetical discussion with me.
Because I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just don't want to talk about it.
You have one belief system that you're pregnant. I'm asking you to discuss the hypothetical belief system that you might not be.
I'm not going to discuss that because I am pregnant. I'm not going to deny my baby. I'm not going to say what if I'm not pregnant.
As long as you know you're pregnant, then what is the risk in discussing the hypothetical?
Because his name is Jesus. I'm naming my baby Jesus. So if I believe or even say that what if I'm not pregnant, that would be denying my baby. So I'm not going to say that because I don't believe that.
Do you believe
I am pregnant.
Do you believe this baby that you think you're going to have is the Son of God?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Yes.
But you know that the Son of God was born 2,016 years ago.
This is Jesus, okay?
But you know Jesus was born 2,016 years ago.
Did the Bible say that?
Yes.
You do remember in the Bible it specifically says somewhere in there that Satan comes to the world and deceives everybody.
It's called the Antichrist, and that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Antichrist. And deceives the world.
What do you think you're doing?
You're the Antichrist.
Okay.
My bad.
We're going to take a break. Coming up, we're going to find out why Adriana says Haley is using the baby to cope with the terrible things that happened to them both as children.
Wow, so I don't know what reaction I was expecting when she got the ultrasound results. I don't think I was expecting that exactly. Because she said previously that she knows she's paranoid schizophrenic, that she knows she has psychosis, I, like Dr. Phil, I think I expected her to be more reasonable than this. I did not expect her to snap at the doctor like that.
When my mom kicked me out of the house, I was forced onto the streets. I was homeless for over a year and a half. I encountered all kinds of bad things. It's really scary when I was homeless because I had to do things in order to stay at a certain place. I had to do like things. I blame my mom for everything that has happened to me. She kicked me out because my stepdad, he just didn't like me. My mom always put her relationships before me.
Christy says her daughter Haley needs to face certain realities and live up to her full potential. Christy says she's not sure if this is the right diagnosis that she believes that she has. She just really doesn't know how to help her daughter. But she does want her to move past this hurdle. Adriana says the same thing. She says they've both been through some very difficult times in their life, and people have different reactions to that. You know, Adriana, what are you talking about?
When we were kids, we were sexually molested and abused, and I started getting the proper treatment that I needed and stuff, and I feel like if Haley could come to reality and stop living in a fantasy world and be honest with herself and others, I feel like she can be where I'm at.
Well, you were very forthcoming with us about that. You were very honest about it, and there's been, life hasn't always been a smooth ride for you, right?
It hasn't been a smooth ride for me, no.
Yeah. And that, I wonder sometimes if you underestimate the impact that something like that can have.
Well, I haven't been able to take my medication. I have not been able to take my medication at all. And they denied me for my disability, and I'm homeless. So that's another issue. I need my disability check, Dr. Phil, or I'm going to die. I'm not even kidding. I need help.
Well, I do want to help you with that. And you've also, along the way, you've taken drugs as well, correct?
Yeah.
You've done.
Yes.
And the reason I say that I don't know what the proper diagnosis is for you is for two reasons. One, it would be terribly unprofessional of me to assign a diagnosis to you, because to do that, you have to go through a very sophisticated process. I mean, to just sit here and talk to you and say, oh, well, I think she's this. Look, you've got to go through a very structured evaluation. You've got to use very sophisticated psychometrics. You've got to go through a whole process.
Yes, but it says specifically in my papers that I have paranoid schizophrenia, and I have not been able to work because of it. And I'm tired of house jumping, hopping, sniffing, butt licking my way through life, because obviously I have something going on, and before it's another we need to go ahead and get my medicine back on track and get my disability going.
Let's work on that, because you do have some diagnoses that I've seen that have been assigned to you as recently as September of 2013: depressive disorder, oppositional defiant disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder. February 11 of 2016, auditory hallucinations. February 18, bipolar mixed psychosis, depression.
Yeah, it's right there, that paper right there.
Let's go look.
This condition can be due to mental disease like schizophrenia, hallucinations, and delusions. That's paranoid schizophrenia. My final diagnosis, it's paranoid schizophrenia.
Yeah, well, you may, that's not what that says, but you may be right. I'm not disagreeing with you. But it also says that here.
I already went to rehab for that. Like, I went to rehab for that. This is after I went to rehab, because I got my medications for that.
I understand, but let me show you something, because you're a very bright young woman. Let me show you something that goes on when you put into a brain. We're looking at a brain that is healthy on the left, and what you're seeing is reduced metabolism here. This is called the orbitofrontal cortex. You see this right here? And this is the part of your brain that does a lot of the executive functions, that helps you organize your thinking and be efficient in the things that you do. And what we're seeing is you've got a lot of reduced function here when you have a brain that has had a lot of activity. When you come over here, here the healthy brain is on the right. And this is pointing to what's called the anterior cingulate area. And this is what you see lit up when you have a history with drugs, and there's been a history of addiction. And this has to do with so much of what you're experiencing right now. And I expect that if we scanned your brain, it would look very much like this, where this area is overactive. Okay? And when you come down here, this is an area here that should be largely red, but it's not. It should look like this. It looks like this. And again, this is an area that involves emotion, control, reasoning. And I think if we were to look at your brain right now, it would be really different because of the drug you've poured in there, and you mix that with mental illness, and it's very difficult for you to reason your way through this. Now, what you've said is that you want to get things under control. You want to get your medications right. You want to figure out what you need to do, if you need to have disability, if you need to be able to get yourself under control, if you need to stop hopping from couches, stop doing whatever you have to do on the street to exist.
Exactly.
I want to help you do that. Will you let me help you do that?
Yes.
I'm going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you exactly how I intend to get this done. And boy, oh boy, am I bringing in some big guns to do it. We'll be right back. I've been assessing this situation, and I listened to what you asked me to be able to help you do. And I want to do that. And when I have the ability to reach out to what I consider to be the best on the globe, to me, that's an organization called Creative Care. And their name is no accident, by the way, Creative Care, because they custom tailor everything they do with a multidisciplinary staff of professionals to exactly what every individual needs. And they're based in Calabasas. It's a very intimate 6-bed facility, and it's located on a private wooded property in Malibu Canyon. And this is headed by Dr. Kaliki, who I have known for years. He is one of the foremost leading professionals in the mental health profession. Dr. Mannion works with him. She is just so compassionate, so caring, so competent. These folks are cutting edge. This is Dr. Kaliki. This is Dr. Mannion right here.
Hi, Haley.
Dr. Kaliki, good to see you again. Dr. Mannion.
You too,
Thank you.
You've been listening here the whole way. This is a delightful young woman here.
Yes.
And I think that you are the answer for her.
This is exactly what we deal with in our facility. So I think you, like Dr. Phil said, we create a program specifically for you. We have a whole team of professionals. We're going to work with you specifically about those issues.
The family therapy is going to be a big part of this treatment.
Right. And if she were to need to give birth 9 days from now, you are fully equipped with professionals to handle that.
We can get her to the right place.
That's
if
right.
she needs
That's what I'm
to do
saying.
that,
You can
yes.
get her to the hospital, whatever needed to be done. They can give you the full support that you need there. And so this is my gift to you, to get you everything that you need, get you regulated and on the right track. So I want to make this gift to you. Will you accept that gift from me?
Yes. My experience on the Dr. Phil show was pretty good, but he denied my kid, and I didn't really like it. Even after they showed me my ultrasound, I still believe that I'm pregnant. I still feel him move and everything. Like, I'm not gonna deny my kid. I am pregnant. Like, I felt him move. This is the funny thing. It was right under my rib. He had his foot right here, and she goes, she sticks me with a thing or whatever, and she presses really hard down, and he moved over here, and I was like, I felt him move, and I was like, oh my god.
This is part 2 in a 2-part episode. So in part 1, we have Haley, who says she is paranoid schizophrenic, even though that wasn't the official diagnosis on her medical records. She says that she has psychosis, that she deals with that, and she understands this, but she also simultaneously believes that she's 9 months pregnant and about to give birth. So originally I thought she was saying that Jesus impregnated her, like he was the father, but I guess she's saying it was divine intervention because she prayed to him. But now I see she's actually saying she prayed to Jesus, she got the divine intervention, and now she's giving birth to Jesus. So not just that she's planning to name this baby Jesus, she thinks this will actually be the Jesus. She got the ultrasound results and did not respond well. And I have to admit, I was surprised by her response. I thought she would take it a little bit better than that, or if anything, maybe I thought there would be tears or she would be sad. I did not expect her to really double down this hard. What we learned actually makes a lot of this make more sense to me. And her sister, I guess, they were both kicked out of the home by their mom. I assume they were still underage when they were kicked out of the home because of their stepdad. They were abused, and then they maybe were trafficked while living on the streets. I would now like to turn to the mom and say, what the hell? Right? Like, she hasn't said anything about that thus far. Not in the previous episode or in this episode. That wasn't addressed. Why were these children pushed out into the streets so that the mom could choose a man? So yeah, what I was saying before about how the belief that Eminem was her dad seemed to have been triggered by the disappointing relationship with her actual dad, and I wondered what else triggered these things. This is the answer. You guys let me know what you think about this one. What did you expect Haley's reaction to be when she got the ultrasound results? Was this what you expected? It's not exactly what I expected. Do you think that there is any hope for her? What do you think about what we learned about what happened to her and her sister and the mother's role? I just really want to have seen more with that. Like, I want mommy to answer some questions here. But I actually found another episode where she and the family returned to the show, I think a year later. So I'm gonna watch that, and I guess that'll be part 3 in this 3-part episode. But you guys let me know what you thought about this. Drop it in the comments.